My brothers and sisters, I want you to hear me clearly today. We are standing at the gate of a divine shift. God is not quiet in this hour. Heaven is speaking, the Spirit is moving, and the wind of prophecy is blowing through the corridors of time. God said this August, 5 things will be released upon my people who have ears to hear and hearts to obey. Now, I've them not here to tickle your ears. I've them here to stir your spirit. Because when God speaks, dry bones rattle, chains break, destinies are unlocked. So I want you to lean in. Don't step, just hear this. Receive it. God is speaking in this season with clarity and intention. And as we step into August, He is declaring that this is a month of breaking and birthing. There are seasons when God allows pressure to build, not to destroy, but to prepare. Just as in the natural world, birth only comes after labor pains, so in the spiritual realm, manifestation only comes after a period of divine tension. Many of us have been walking through a place of delay, frustration, disappointment, and spiritual fatigue. You've been praying, sowing, fasting, crying, and still the promise felt distant. The breakthrough seemed delayed, but God is saying that season is coming to an end. This month, there is a holy shift. God is breaking what's been binding you, that generational curse, that emotional stronghold, that financial yoke, that cycle of rejection, that cloud of depression. It has reached its expiration date. The enemy thought he could keep you stuck, but he didn't know God was using that wilderness to make you stronger. The pressure was never meant to crush you. It was meant to refine you. The breaking is not punishment, it's preparation. When God breaks something, He never leaves it in pieces. He breaks the old wineskin so He can pour fresh oil. He breaks the shell so the seed can grow. He breaks the chains so the prisoner can walk free. In August, many will feel the sudden collapse of things that no longer serve them. Friendships may fade, doors may close, old habits will suddenly lose their grip. Don't mourn the breaking, celebrate it, because what's breaking is clearing the path for what's birthing. You can't receive the new if you're still holding on to the old. You can't carry the blessing if you're weighed down by burdens. And you can't walk into your destiny if your feet are tied to dysfunction. God is not just breaking what's external, He's breaking what's internal. Pride is being shattered. Fear is being crushed. Unbelief is being dismantled. That heart of stone is turning into a heart of flesh. There's an internal shift taking place. And when the shift happens inside, the evidence begins to show outside. You will speak differently, walk differently, pray differently, because you've been through the fire and now you're coming out refined. You're coming out pure. You're coming out with power. And now the birthing. Just as a woman endures 9 months of change to deliver life, so have you endured months, maybe even years, of spiritual gestation. The promises of God have been growing in you, often hidden, unnoticed by others. But just because it was hidden doesn't mean it wasn't real. And now the signs are undeniable. The time is here. The water is breaking. The contractions are intensifying. The baby is coming. You will no longer just talk about what God showed you. You will hold it. You will live in it. You will walk in it. This is not the season to give up. This is the season to push. You're closer now than you've ever been. Every tear you cried was watering your promise. Every time you didn't quit, you were getting stronger. Every spiritual battle you fought was making room for glory. And now the wait is over. God is delivering on what He spoke. Dreams are being birthed. Ministries are being launched. Marriages are being restored. Businesses are being established. Healing is manifesting. It won't come by might nor by power, but by the Spirit of the living God. So stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. Watch Him break every chain. Watch Him open the heavens. Watch Him breathe on what you thought was dead. August is not just another month on the calendar. It is a spiritual turning point. What you've been praying for is about to be born. What you've been believing for is coming forth. Get ready. God is doing exactly what he said he would do. The breaking has come, but so has the birthing. And when the promise arrives, you'll look back and realize it was all worth it. There is a divine realignment taking place in August that will leave no area of your life untouched. God is stepping in as the master architect, rearranging the pieces of your journey so that everything fits perfectly into the blueprint of his will. There are times when we try to hold on to what we thought should be and what we had planned, but God is not obligated to bless what he did not design. So in this season, he is removing what does not belong, repositioning what's been misplaced, and reordering what has been out of sync. Some people will leave without warning. Some doors will shut without explanation. Some opportunities will vanish without reason. It will feel sudden, even confusing at times. But this is not chaos. This is kingdom alignment. God is not a God of disorder. He is a God of divine patterns, timing, and authority. What may feel like loss is actually a clearing for your next level. The phone call you didn't get, the meeting that got canceled, the invitation that never came, those were not missed chances. They were divine protections. God saw ahead what you couldn't. He is removing people and plans that would have hindered your assignment. Not everyone can go where you are going. Not every relationship can survive the next season. Not every partnership is built on kingdom foundations. So God, in his mercy, is saying, let me do the shifting before you step into the blessing. At the same time, alignment also means restoration. Things you thought were over are coming back into place. People you lost connection with, those who carry a piece of your calling, will reappear. Delayed assignments will suddenly get green lights. The confusion you've been sitting in for months will dissolve as clarity begins to flood your spirit. God is not just shifting people around you. He is shifting something inside you. Your mindset is aligning. Your vision is sharpening. Your pace is adjusting. You are being aligned to heaven's rhythm so that you no longer move ahead of God nor lag behind him, but walk in step with his spirit. And when you walk in alignment, you walk in authority. August is also a month of supernatural provision. God is not only adjusting your path, he is resourcing your purpose. For too long, many have been operating in survival mode, just trying to get through the day, just trying to make ends meet. But now, God is saying, I will supply, I will pour, I will release. There are blessings that have been held up, not because of the enemy, but because the timing wasn't right. But in this month of alignment, the timing is catching up to the promise. He is releasing provision quickly, strategically, and in a way that leaves no doubt that it came from him. It will not be the work of man. It will not be something you manipulated or forced. It will be divine. This provision will not only meet your needs, it will exceed your expectations. Promotions will come without interviews. Doors will open without keys. Checks will arrive you didn't expect. Resources will flow from unexpected places. But hear this clearly, the provision is for the vision. This is not for waste or worldly gain. God is releasing it so that his mission can move through you. That ministry idea you've been sitting on, that business blueprint collecting dust, that book you've delayed writing, he is resourcing it now. The money is coming, the team is coming, the structure is coming, all so that heaven's agenda can be fulfilled through your obedience. When the provision comes, stay humble. When the favor falls, stay rooted. Remember that this is kingdom currency, not just to bless you, but to bless others through you. God trusts those who know how to steward what they receive. And this month, he is trusting you with more. Not just more money, but more influence, more responsibility, more territory. And with that increase comes a call to deeper accountability. Provision always brings purpose, And purpose always requires purity. God is not only providing financially, He's providing spiritually. Fresh revelation, increased wisdom, deeper intimacy with Him. All of it is part of the package. So watch this month unfold with spiritual eyes. Don't just look at what is happening. Ask God why it's happening. Listen for the shift. Watch for the alignment. Be ready for the provision. August is not a season to control. It is a season to surrender. And when you surrender to His alignment and trust in His provision, you will walk into a place where favor meets faithfulness and glory meets obedience. There is a season when God chooses to move, not gradually, but suddenly. And August is marked by that kind of move. He is releasing sudden provision into the lives of His people, not according to our calendars, not based on our qualifications, but in alignment with His purpose. You may have been walking through a season of drought, of just enough, of watching others get blessed while you silently wondered if your turn would ever come. But God has seen your obedience in the quiet place. He's heard your prayers when no one else knew the depth of your need. And now He's saying, I am opening the storehouse of heaven. I am sending provision, not by trickle, but by overflow. This provision won't always make sense. It won't always come from the sources you expect. It will come from unexpected hands, through unplanned moments, from doors that you didn't even knock on. Because when God provides, He doesn't need permission. He doesn't need protocol. He simply speaks, and it is so. In this season, you may receive a phone call that changes your financial reality overnight. An email could arrive with an opportunity that had your name on it before you ever applied. Someone may sow into you out of nowhere, not even knowing they were being used by God as a vessel of your answered prayer. This is what happens when heaven releases provision. It bypasses natural rules and enters your life supernaturally. But provision is never random with God. It is connected to purpose. He never sends increase just to elevate your lifestyle. He sends it to empower your calling. The abundance that is coming has an assignment. That's why it's arriving now. The vision you've been sitting on, the assignment you've been preparing for, the idea you've been waiting to launch, this is the time. The finances, the support, the platform, and the grace are all being aligned to meet the mission He's placed in your hands. This is not just money falling into your lap. This is heaven resourcing what it birthed in you. And for some, the provision will not just be financial, it will be relational. Strategic partnerships will form suddenly. People with answers to questions you've been asking for years will appear at just the right moment. Advisors, mentors, collaborators, divine connections are being assigned to your destiny. Don't take these relationships lightly. Honor them, steward them well, and discern who is from God and who is not. Because in the midst of sudden provision, there will also be distractions sent to delay you. But if your ear is tuned to the Spirit, you will recognize what is divine and what is a decoy. God is also going to provide rest in places where there's been weariness. For some, the most needed provision isn't external, it's internal. You've been mentally and emotionally drained trying to make things work in your own strength. But this month, there will be provision of peace, rest for your soul, clarity for your decisions, relief from the mental warfare. You won't have to strive for it. It will come to you in moments of worship, in unexpected stillness, in quiet moments when God whispers, "Be still and know that I am God." That kind of provision is priceless, and it is coming with power. As the provision flows, remember that God provides not only for now, but to position you for what's ahead. This is seed for both today and tomorrow. Some of what you receive must be sown. Don't consume it all. Ask God what portion is for you and what portion is to advance His kingdom, because generosity is a key to sustained overflow. When God finds someone who doesn't hoard but releases, who doesn't fear but trusts. He continues to pour through them. Provision doesn't stop at blessing. It flows into legacy. God is thinking beyond you. He's providing for your children, your ministry's future, your community's restoration. In this moment, let your faith rise. Don't just look at what you lack. Look at the God who lacks nothing. If he can feed 5,000 with 5 loaves and 2 fish, if he can send manna from heaven and water from a rock, then he can meet your need with abundance. August is not about scraping by. It's about stepping into a season where the jars will be filled, the nets will overflow, and the provision will point directly to the hand of God. Prepare to receive not just what you hope for, but more than you imagine. Because when sudden provision comes, it's always for his glory. In this season, God is not only elevating his people, but also initiating necessary separation. August will be marked by a divine pruning, where attachments that no longer serve your calling will begin to fall away. It may come as a surprise. It may feel like rejection, and it may even hurt for a moment. But God is not making a mistake. He is separating you, not to punish you, but to protect and prepare you for where he is taking you next. There are some places in destiny that cannot be reached, carrying the weight of everyone and everything you've grown comfortable with. Some connections were only meant for a season, not for your entire journey. And the longer you try to keep seasonal people in a lifetime role, the heavier the load becomes. You may start noticing certain conversations don't flow like they used to. Invitations may stop coming. People who once poured into your life may become silent. Relationships that felt essential may start to feel strained. Instead of forcing what God is fading, trust the shift. He is doing something behind the scenes that your emotions may not understand yet, but your spirit will begin to recognize as alignment. Not everyone has the capacity to handle your elevation. Not everyone is meant to carry the weight of your next level. Some relationships were built on who you were, not on who you're becoming. So when the separation comes, don't chase after what God is cutting away. Let it go with grace and peace, knowing that he never subtracts without planning a greater addition. This divine separation is also happening internally. God is removing the habits, thought patterns, and attitudes that have hindered your growth. He's exposing the hidden fears, insecurities, and pride that have quietly limited your potential. In August, you will begin to feel convicted about things that never bothered you before. That's not condemnation, it's spiritual growth. The Holy Spirit is pruning you so that you can bear more fruit. What you tolerated in the past, you will no longer be able to carry. What you compromised on before, you will now reject. He is setting you apart, cleaning your heart, purifying your motives, and shaping your character. But after the separation comes elevation. God doesn't just cut back, he lifts up. Just as a gardener prunes a vine to make it more fruitful, God is pruning your life to make room for expansion. Promotion doesn't come from the north, south, east, or west. It comes from the Lord. And this month he is lifting those who have been faithful in private, those who have stayed obedient when it didn't make sense, those who worshiped in silence, gave when it hurt, served without recognition. You may not have been seen by man, but you were seen by God, and now he's calling you higher. Elevation will not always be announced publicly. Sometimes it will come in the form of deeper revelation, clearer direction, greater authority in prayer, or open doors that others can't explain. This is the kind of promotion that no one can take credit for. It won't come through flattery or self-promotion. It will come through favor. Divine favor will place you where talent could never reach. God is preparing platforms for you, not so you can shine, but so that he can be glorified through your life. With elevation comes greater responsibility. God is not raising you up to make you comfortable, but to make you effective. He's trusting you with influence, not for self-exaltation, but for kingdom impact. And so even in the midst of your elevation, remain humble. Keep your heart pure. Keep your motives in check. Remember that the same God who lifts up can also bring low, and the key to lasting elevation is consistent submission. This month is not about chasing success. It's about walking in surrender. If you try to hold on to what God is separating you from, you will miss the elevation He's prepared. But if you allow Him to strip away what no longer belongs, you will rise into a level of purpose and power that you've never experienced before. This is a holy separation, a sanctified elevation, and it is all for His glory. Let go of what you thought you needed. Trust the hand that is guiding you. August is the month where you rise, not in your own strength, but in the strength of the one who called you, shaped you, and is now sending you forward. You said, ask ChatGPT.